It's time for the Texas Perspective on current news and events. A man who calls it like he sees it, without the normal political correctness you may have grown comfortable with. This show is not for the faint of heart or easily offended. Chances are you will learn something and along the way get to hear some great music from bands you may have missed. The doctor is in, and he will see you now.
Well, I guess we better get on with it.
Well, good evening, Beaumont. You know, you might think you've got a lot of problems. Let's face it, we live here in the United States, and our worst problems are still far better than what most of the world experiences on a daily basis. Let's go to China, for instance. In Inner Mongolia, hundreds of people recently met for a live stream contest. The rules are straightforward. All you have to do is lay down on this mattress for as long as you can without sitting up. Oh, and no bathroom breaks. A lot of them wore pajamas. Some of them wrapped themselves in blankets and pillows. Some brought bright plush toys. A stream of delivery drivers fetched takeout as the contestants ate or killed time on their phones. But it was 33 hours before it was ended, and a 23-year-old man got first prize. His answer to the toilet problem? Well, he wore diapers. As a mattress marketing stick, the event was a wild success, way more than what they anticipated. Over 10 million people watched the live stream. More than a few lamented their missed opportunity to win because most of these young people said practically spend their whole day in bed anyway. The attention then turned to the name of the contest, Tang Ping. It's a Chinese slang term that means lying flat. It appears that lying flat has become the way to win, one person said. Lying flat emerged 4 years ago as a counterculture movement to the Chinese regime's draconian pandemic lockdowns. Now, we pretty much destroyed a generation of youth with lockdowns here in America, not to mention destroying the live music business and literally hundreds of thousands of other businesses. But Chinese youth rejected the grueling rat race after that. They sought a different lifestyle, and that is doing the bare minimum because it is a communist society, and in a communist society, your basic needs are going to be met. You'll have a roof over your head. You will have some kind of food to eat. They have long since taken this to another level. They've ignored the urging of the Chinese authorities to work hard. They call themselves rat people, and they spend their days rotting in bed. The days they document on Chinese social media go something like this: crawling out of bed around noon or later, showering, cooking, ordering takeout, or eating while scrolling on their phones, more bedtime, then more food, then more doom scrolling or gaming until the wee hours. Such as 25-year-old Sherry Yang, who has shared her life for the past 3 years, rooming with relatives and friends. She said, "I don't have any plans for the future. There's nothing to look forward to." In the interviews with the Epoch Times and in posts across Chinese internet, a sense of gloom has been infecting China's youth. Once synonymous with hope and promise, communism has set in. It marks a dramatic shift from a decade ago when young people brimmed with energy, said James Wang, who graduated from college in 2017. Fresh out of school, Wang and his friends chatted daily about their jobs and their dreams. They traded career tips. They were impatient to start businesses of their own. Well, now everything is different. Gone is the talk of high aspiration. All one asks for is maybe a regular job and be able to keep it. The lying flat trend, at odds with Chinese leader Xi Jinping's refrain to tell China's story well, has become a serious headache for Beijing. A day after Christmas, the country's top internet regulator, the Cyberspace Administrator of China, issued a 13-bullet directive banning internet celebrities from promoting lying flat as a culture. It branded the lifestyle as an unhealthy idea that violates our core socialist values. Seriously? Isn't this all? I mean, socialism equals communism. They're the same thing. Ask Ma'am Donnie, he knows. The point is, these people have no hope. The state of Chinese youth is a growing embarrassment for a regime that goes to great lengths trying to project strength and confidence. In 2023, as 1 in 5 young Chinese are unable to find a job, Beijing stopped publishing the monthly data. 5 months later, officials tweaked the math. Those who are still in school no longer count. Chinese authorities said because they should focus on studies rather than job hunting. That ruled out 62 million people from circulation because this includes students who work on the side, as well as others who struggle just to secure some kind of work. The change yielded a lower jobless figure. That helps, yeah. What we did here in the United States during the Biden administration, we simply changed what we reported, the way we reported it, so it looked better. Because as you know, during the AutoPen administration, all of the alleged jobs that were created, and they created a lot of them trying to make it look good, were government jobs. Candy Zhang, age 24, graduated last summer from Shandong University, a top school in eastern China. With her finance background, a rich internship experience, she's been confident to land something in banking or securities. But she's been looking for a job for a year. Her hope is beginning to dim. Hiring freezes are the norm now. Openings are few. And among the offers that are available, salaries skew ridiculously low, she said. I've sent over 300 resumes so far and only got 2 back. She's now selling drinks at her relative small storefront, making less than $14.30 a day. Faced with the scarcity of work opportunities, many young people are grabbing whatever they can. Often this means just delivering takeout. That segment has been expanding rapidly over the last few years, with 14 million drivers by July of 2025, according to the Chinese data aggregation Quest Mobile. Around 2/3 are under the age of 35. Among them is 24-year-old actor Xu Chen, who began night delivery runs in August. After fruitlessly chasing auditions while his bills stacked up, his longest shift lasted more than 10 hours, but he only made $30. Another is Ding Yanxiao, a straight-A student who studied at China's prestigious Tsinghua University on a scholarship and later earned a master's degree at the University of Oxford in England. Ding generated buzz in China in June 2025 during a consequential college entrance exam season that remained the single deciding factor for one's school placement. Appearing in front of the bicycle racks, he donned a bright yellow uniform and a helmet, signifying that he works for the Chinese delivery platform Meituan. He told high school graduates to keep a level head no matter how they fare. He said, scoring high or not, our work won't be all that different. He said, delivering food is a decent job. The guy with an Oxford degree, my friend. 19-year-old delivery driver Anna Huang was more upfront. She said the job is appealing because it's readily available. You can get on that job right away. That is food delivery, which we call, what do they call it here? DoorDash. In certain aspects, many have stopped trying to progress. China's marriage rate has been falling for over 10 years. Cash bonuses and shopping vouchers appear to have driven an uptick in recent months. But many young people like Yang said they have no plans for a family in the immediate future. He said, I have no dating or marriage desire, let alone children. He said, I can barely pay for myself. He said most of her friends are in the same boat. An Li, age 22, has been in the courier service for 3 years in the southeastern city of Suzhou. To save money on rent, he lives in a tent under a bridge. He said marriage is for rich people. You have a house, car, savings. What would our children need if I did get married? Would there even be money for baby formula? Way too much pressure. That pressure might explain why Chinese youth appear to be retreating into childhood. During last summer, adult pacifiers briefly becoming a trending product in China. In video after video, young people raved about the bigger silicone device, saying they found them in a sleeping aid, to be a sleeping aid or a stress reliever. Some wore it as a public or fashion accessory. Bao Bao, or baby, has become a universal way of addressing perfect strangers in cafes or online. Quirky toys, plush bag charms, these are all popular comfort items. Social expectations for the young appear to be lowering as well. Parent-teacher meetings sometimes occur in elementary school, but they took place in dozens of universities last year. Top hospitals in major cities drew long queues last year as the new mental health clinics dedicated to students who hate school had month-long waiting lists and as many as 10,000 visits over a 10-month period. Zero-cost survival is now the watch phrase. In Nanning, a southern city bordering Vietnam, 25-year-old Anna Huang was jobless for months. On a late September night, 2025, she joined the throng of young Chinese who scour the grounds and dumpsters of a local wholesale food market to find discarded vegetables. She was late to the game. She only got a handful. A vendor there gave her some food for free, which sustained her for several days. It's all compelled by circumstances, she told the Epoch Times sister media NTD. Why else would we come here to get scrap vegetables? She said the 20 minutes she was there, her cheeks were flushed with embarrassment, but she was starving. In the Southeast, a wholesaler, the Q Produce Market, observed the same trend. He said, whatever we throw out, people come and snatch it up right away. You have to come early if you want to get the good garbage. And whether or not you find something, well, it's kind of about how good your luck is. Not long ago, taking discarded food and scavenging for scraps carried the stigma of poverty and low social status. But it has taken the Chinese youth by storm in the last half of 2025. Zero-cost survival is now in fashion, declared one Chinese news anchor who said Chinese youth have discovered the simple joys of life. But reality isn't necessarily that rosy. Ali Xinjiang, former news editor in China, said, even if there's an element of performance arts for those who film the excursions and post them online, it also talks about their tightening purse strings. Chinese poet and dissident Zhang Pinchao agreed. The Communist Party used to say that for the Chinese people, nothing matters more than the right to live. Well, what of that now? Golly. China used to only allow you one child. If you had more than one child, they killed it. Is that the right to live? I don't know. Discontent with Chinese youth is now a major worry for the Chinese authorities, according to a scholar from the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, which is a ministry-level institution under the Chinese cabinet. Shut out the job market and needing another outlet, Chinese youth may move from online to the streets. On New Year's Eve, various Chinese cities called off celebrations and discouraged large gatherings. Lying flat or becoming rat people is essentially a form of self-abandonment, but it's also, from another perspective, a form of silent protest against the state of things in China, said 29-year-old democracy activist Lei Qian. China has been investing more and more in ideological indoctrination, mandating that all college majors study Marxism, Xi Jinping thought, and Chinese socialism. Well, be glad you live in the United States. That is what I have to say. What they preach contradicts reality. If the party is so great, then why are people in such a mess? Zhang is still looking for a job. Every morning she opens up the hiring app on her phone, submits applications. She spends the afternoon in the library. She said, I don't want to lie flat, but trying doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. Now, I know that these people have no place to go. Oh, and by the way, if you missed my Saturday show, we'd like you to get that. You can get it on Rumble or YouTube on the Doc Greene channel. And we need your comments. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for being part of the show today. And God willing, I'll see you here tomorrow.